Hey everybody, I hope you are having a great day. My name is Gretchen Turner and today I'm coming at you with a study tips and tricks organizational video. I'm gonna apologize for my voice in this video. I'm losing it. I don't really know why it's happening. I'm not sick, but yeah, I'm losing my voice, so if I sound different, that's why. Nevertheless, I still wanted to get this video up for you before school starts because it is so important. So I've compiled a bunch of tips and tricks. Studying is never fun and it's never easy, but it's always the key to success in doing well in school. So these are some tips and tricks that I kind of tried over the school year last year. Some of them I've been doing for longer than just a year, but this is what works for me, and I hope that some of these work for you too. So the first thing that you need to do is to use a planner. I don't care if it's a cheap one from Target or if it's a really expensive Erin Condren one, it doesn't matter. Just find one that you can write down all of your assignments in a list, in a row, so you can cross them off, because crossing off a homework assignment is probably the most satisfying thing ever. In your first week of classes, when you're getting all of the syllabi that your professors are handing out, I recommend, first of all, taking all of the important dates that are in that syllabus from the first day of class all the way to the final and putting it all right away in your planner in the calendar view, going all the way to the end of the semester. That was really great for me because it allowed me to look ahead for a few weeks and see what deadlines were coming up and which things I really needed to get started on. Even though in my head it seemed far away, oh, midterms seem forever away. It's not always like that. Sometimes dates can really sneak up on you. This just helps you space it out a lot better so you're never having to cram for an exam. Also, once you get the syllabus, I highly recommend that you keep it and staple it right into the front of your notebook, or put it in the front of your binder, or just tuck it in the front of your folder so you'll see it every day, and so when you need to reference it, it is right there for you to reference. My next tip is that when you do sit down to study, I recommend that you leave your comfort of your bedroom and go outside somewhere, like the library or a picnic table outside, the beach, or even just down to your dorm lounge. You'd be surprised at how helpful it is just to get out of your regular environment and what new environments can do to stimulate your mind. Also, when you're studying, make sure that you take breaks. I like to do it for every 45 minutes I study. I take a 15-minute break and kind of rotate that for however long I'm studying. I am personally somebody who kind of has a hard time focusing, so I do need to use a good big chunk of time to study, but I do need to reward myself with breaks, and it's really helpful. Just for something to kind of look forward to. I go on my phone, I eat a snack, stuff like that, and that is very, very helpful. The next tip is to make friends in all of your classes. So no matter what test you're studying for, you have people that you can text or meet up with to help you with things that you don't know, because two minds are always better than one, and sometimes it's really easy to get hung up on study guide questions that you don't know or a subject that you don't know, and sometimes it's really hard just to go through it on your own. So having somebody there who might understand something that you don't, or even having to explain something that they don't understand to them, will help you better understand the material yourself. So it's all around good to have a friend that you can text up, or if you have to miss a class if you're sick, it's also really good to be able to text them and be like, hey, can I borrow your notes? I missed class. I would really appreciate it. Just make sure that you are giving them the same amount of help that they're giving you, because if it turns into something else, sometimes it can get a little awkward and it just becomes something that's not so much of a positive and helpful thing. Another fun thing that I like to do is to use colored pen when I'm taking notes in class. I have all of my pens laid out on my desk, and I'll just be really more attentive, because for every header and every subheader and then every bullet point after that, I'll use a color coordinating pen, so it makes me a lot more attentive to what I'm taking in as the professor is talking about it. Another thing that is really helpful is to just organize your files and folders of everything. On my desktop, I keep everything organized into folders, and even my folders have folders, just so if I need a file, I can go exactly to it. Same with my email. I like to have everything categorized into my classes and my schoolwork. It just makes things so much easier if your professor had emailed you like an updated syllabus a few weeks ago and now you need to reference that syllabus, you know exactly where to find it. Also, make sure that you have a lot of real, like actual folders to be able to put all of your papers and handouts that you get in class in. That way, if you do need to go back and reference something, it is right there for you. I find that accordion folders work best for this. I would recommend getting one of those and then having each little folder dedicated to each one of your classes, and even go as far to have folders dedicated for your extracurriculars if you have any, just because it is also really helpful just to have every part of your life kind of in the same spot and organized and ready to grab. This next one I can't stress enough, but note cards and Quizlet are awesome, especially for studying for an exam. I recommend doing this 2 weeks to a week out, depending on how much time you have for an exam. Just, you know, kind of put all of your terms and highlights on note cards and then kind of go through them every night before bed. If you have a long time to study, I would recommend, you know, kind of doing it more casually. However, I hate to admit it, but I have had to cram for exams before, and the night before I can play the games on Quizlet, and that really like puts it into your brain, which is super awesome. And lastly, I recommend making an index for every binder or folder that you are using. I actually have an example one that I made here. As you can see, there are specific highlight colors that correlate with different meanings, and that's just good to know in your mind when you're quickly taking notes in class and you need to remember like, oh crap, what highlight color do I need for this topic? I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but you get the gist. This just says like pink would mean very important, green would mean semi-important, blue would mean don't understand, yellow means will be on exam, and orange means quotes. You can kind of make it what you find you'll need most. And then just like certain things that have all universal meanings, like underline means main headings, draw an arrow for first subpoint, bullets are for second subpoint, boxes equal definitions, and question marks reminds you to ask the question later. I just find that that's so easy to keep your entire notebook from the entire semester all universal, so when you're studying for the final exam, you can look back to your first week of notes and know exactly what you were talking about. So guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys are all getting super excited for the first week of school. I know I am, and maybe even some of you have started school yet. I don't know, but I don't start for like another week and a half. So I'm just enjoying the last little week of summer. Hopefully next week I will like have a voice again. I don't know what's going on with this. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!